See now, what I want to do is just go very soon, and I have some time over here to just live my life over here. But it's much more how I feel. I feel different. I feel that no matter what, that my life is going into the words. I have to go into the words of life. I have to go and dwell upon the words about life. And it's much more how I have to stay consistent. And now the more I post on YouTube, the better. Which the more I can post on YouTube, the better. Which that's it. Which the more you can stay consistent on YouTube, the better. Which that's all I can say to you. And for you. So make sure you understand straight away that no matter what, that I go the more affordable way, of course. I upload one video a day on YouTube. It's more enough for me, personally. And it's just a life coaching podcast with nice and beautiful 1 minute video of myself. And that's 2 videos a day. And guess what? I promise you, it's much more how I feel that I'm learning something. And it's all going away anyway. That's all going away from me, personally. And what I want to do is help myself to see that I'm learning very quickly about my life. And I'm learning how to help my life to succeed. I'm learning how to understand that all you have is your word. Actually, all you really have in life is your word. I'm understanding straight away how I need to go and grow myself in the best kind of foundation. I'm making sure that I'm looking for better ways of thinking and better ways of doing life. And I'm learning very quickly about life. But I'm learning how to have much more companionship with myself. To understand that no matter what, I never need a woman. I never need kids because I have everything already. I have everything already. And all I need to do is study upon my life to succeed. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that since I'm actually doing this, I'm learning how to grow myself. I'm learning how to go and grow myself differently. But every single day, I'm learning how much more courses I can do on video. But guess what? I promise you, it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning that it's more enough for me every single day to do all your programs with 1 minute video on myself every single day of my life. And I'll live that way. I promise you, it's more enough for me, personally. And that way I'm learning very quickly about life itself. I'm learning to produce music and I'm learning to help myself to succeed differently. So do I bring my laptop over there? Actually, yeah. I should bring all my technology with me. And it'll be that way. I have to collect my nice and beautiful time over here with myself. I have to showcase my nice and beautiful ways of life with myself. And how I help myself to succeed differently, and I'm looking for better ways of doing whatever I need to do. And I'm learning something different. I'm learning to help myself to see that restaurants do work during the coronavirus pandemic. And it's more how you need more money in the process, what's happening, but make sure you understand that it's much more how it is. And restaurants rely solely on people. And you must understand to have a great service, of course. Otherwise, if you have no great service, then you have no great fun with anything. So it's more how I feel that my service in terms of what I give is the best service in the world. I give the best service in the world about nutrition and health and vibrance and making sure I'm very successful in terms of what I do. But people never want to give me a chance. I give myself a chance, so guess what? I never rely on people to get me the lifestyle that I need. I never rely on them at all. I mean, in that sense, so life is going to throw some curveballs at me, but because I'm understanding that life is happening for me, I'm understanding that no matter what, that I'm learning, I'm still alive, and that doesn't kill me Because of that, which never kills me, makes me stronger. In that sense, so I'm learning very quickly about the love and interest of what I have in terms of my life, especially. And I'm learning how to grow myself in the process of thinking. So, if you want to help yourself to deliver information, then help yourself now. Do something much greater. And I'm learning how I have to go alone throughout life. But everybody's alone, I promise you. Everybody's alone. Gosh, it's much more how I feel. I'm different. Regardless of the situation, I'm different. And I'm learning very quickly about my life. And I'm learning how to grow myself in the best kind of manner. So I'm focusing on helping myself to deliver information. So that'll be that way. And I have a post office. I have a post office in Liverpool that I can go to. And I go to help myself this way. To succumb to a better way of mind. A better way of being. And that way I'm learning very quickly how to help myself to find better ways or techniques for myself to grow myself. But nobody's going to be helping you except you. So I'm understanding how much I can upload to YouTube. But I understand how much time consumption it is to upload YouTube videos, and to upload all these videos online is such a time consumption, I'm very sure. But you have to do something. And you have to do something anyway. So what I'm doing now is I'm learning to just go and grow myself. And now it's time to just listen to a nice and beautiful track of mine. And listen to the nice and beautiful, which one? I can go Idonotopia. I can go over here. And since I'm listening to music now, I'm actually understanding something, that it's much more how I feel. That I go and listen to iTwinkletopia. I can go listen to Idonotopia. See now, I feel like no matter what I feel out of these tracks, I can go Idonotopia, I can go the intro version. A little bit that way. I'm learning very quickly about my life over here. I'm studying the nice and beautiful attempt over here to do greater. Yeah, you did. I have to tell my dad that I'm just leaving. So I'm doing something fast. I can see straight away now. See how to grow myself in the. I'm seeing how to grow myself in the prima of life. I'm looking to see straight away how I just could have kept going. I never regret anything. I never regret my choices, but I'm learning how to do my life greater. So I'm never regretting my choices. I see so much more how I feel. I see how people have time and how people are going about their life. So for myself, it's about different ways of doing life, and I'm doing life differently. I feel that I understand straight away how people never help me with money. I'm not sure that it's more how I feel. I've been on the government allowance for quite a while, I'm learning very quickly about my life. I'm enjoying my life anyway. So I'm just getting in the car right here. I'm getting in the car so I can go to my doctor. And that's how I feel. And a little bit that way. I never pick up the phone call while I drive. And that's how I feel. So for myself, it's more about helping myself to understand something about life. And I'm looking to see straight away how I feel about different areas of life differently. And as I grow myself, guys, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life. I'm looking for something to do, and I'm enjoying my life. I mean, what's so special about my life today? I mean, guess what? First, it's just the way I speak to you. I mean, the way I can be positive in life is just the best way for myself to include myself, and that's it. I promise you, I just document my whole life and my whole podcast. I promise you, just an ability. I promise you, it's the ability to be able to be strong, to upload all my content online. I promise you, if I can somehow go into my way of life over here to just be able to upload content into YouTube without wasting time, and that's just the best thing for me. But because I have so much content every single day, well, it's a lot of content to upload. So what do? I'm just gonna plan my life. I mean, did I learn something today? I probably yeah. I'm learning as much as I can, and I'm learning how to be positive with myself. But what else can I do? I mean, all I can do is learn the actual aspect of life by completing my life form, by being able to love my life differently. So it's all different. So it's all different for me. So anyway, so as I understand something, I can create energy music by doing what I've done in Idonotopia and delay little certain aspects of energy music around everything, and that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to be doing as well. So I just learned how to make little energy music happen with my nice and beautiful music structure, and that's something I can put in the intro, and it's something that can go into the nice and beautiful way of life over here in terms of my music production. And I'm learning how I forgot about that, and now I never did forget about it because I can hear my music track. So I'm learning how quick I am to do life differently. So I feel I'm always alone. I'm always alone throughout life. But I ask Jesus Christ, what does He do in my situation? I mean, Jesus Christ says He follows the 10 Commandments of God, and He tries to make up something of His life. I mean, try to make up life, do it much greater. I mean, that's all you can do. So if you understand what I mean. And I can afford to give money to help myself to succeed. So this is just learning very quickly about my life over here. Learning how aspects of life happen. So It's much more how I feel. So as I grow myself differently, I'm looking to help myself to improve. I'm looking for areas to improve myself with, but since I'm actually improving myself differently, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life. And that's why I can guarantee you guys, I can guarantee that you guys can succeed differently by making sure that you can feel your way throughout life. And it's more how I feel. I've learned something much more different. See, my music is all different. I see different patterns of structures of music that I can go toward, and it's much more how I feel. And it's more how I understand that I need to create an intro to have much more faster paced music through little delay structures with nice and beautiful way of life of Nexus. So actually, to be able to make my tracks even better than they are, I need to add more sounds into it. I need to add more of a progressive feel into it. I'm learning that as well. I'm actually understanding how to grow my music now. I'm learning I have to add more actual patterns into the music structure. And that's it. Actually, that's all I'm doing. And make it all different as well. Just make it different. So I'm actually understanding that I had some 2 energy sequences into the intro music and make it progressive. And I learn from that. I'm learning how to go and grab myself differently. So I'm doing different aspects of life. I'm doing now always something that I can go and improve upon. But I see how people burn their money in life through petrol, man. I see it's much more how they burn away their actual life with petrol and gas and stuff like that. So I see they work to get to work. See they work for getting to work. See, it's more how you have to understand. Actually, it works out much better for you always. And so it always works out better for you to have no car to take care of than having a car in your life. I promise you. I promise you. So I'm doing over here. I'm learning to just help myself to deliver information. I park right here. I'm Central and I need a ticket. I get myself a ticket over here. I get $5 to get a ticket. I'll really go to the doctor anyway. So that's how it is. I'll make sure anyway that even if you have a disability parking, guys, that you're using in terms of life, that is your dad's or mum's, then make sure you go and deliver sign of service. So say press any key here. See plate number, so CV13, say VE. So okay, please.
not sure how to do this, so let's have a look. Enter my card. I got a card, please. I see now. I see one else. I see 435. See 435, huh? See 330. So 1 hour. I'll show you my card. A little bit that way. I'll make sure anyway. All I do is I approve it. So I have to get the ticket number now. I have to get the ticket coin. So where's the ticket, huh? I see now. What's happening now? I see ticket. Say thank you. I see yeah. I see now. What is that going on, man? I see now. I see report all faults. I have to go take a call. I see now. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. See idiots. See Jesus Christ. I have the money and they're gonna give me a ticket. I gave the money and they never gave me a ticket. I have to give them a call to see what's going on now. So 0294 32 05 99. So anyway, so I just came here at the actual Liverpool parking lot and I parked the car and the ticket machine never fucking gives me a ticket, and then I have to fucking call Melbourne. I have to call the guys or the people from the actual machine to fucking give me a reference number to make sure that I never cop a fine for never getting a ticket. But I did get a ticket, but the machine never gives me a ticket. So the guy had to give me a reference number to prove that, hey, I did give money to get a ticket. So it's just how it is. I mean, in a sense, what I'm doing is I'm walking, but I never again want to drive my dad's car to Liverpool. Ever again. Because it's too much of a hassle for me to drive his car anyway. And I feel that I'm feeling my life doing greater. But since I'm actually doing greater throughout life, I'm looking to help my life to succeed differently, and I'm looking for a better way of dealing with life. So I'm actually understanding that I have to put my coronavirus mask on. So it's more how it is. And if you're caught by the police, they give you a fine if you never have a mask on. So I have time to get to my doctor. So you guys have to understand how you have to be very positive about your life. And you have to speak much more positivity in your life to be able to have a greater time with yourself, yeah? And that's how it is. So focus on yourself and focus on helping your life to prosper, and then you'll find a way for yourself, yeah? I mean, then you understand straight away how it feels to succeed differently, and you straight away need to grow yourself in the best kind of manner. So no matter what happens, just understand straight away how it feels to grow your life, yeah? And that way you're enjoying yourself in the midst of everything, and you're growing yourself in the best way possible. So for myself over here, at least, I get to grow with myself. I get to read while I'm actually doing my life. I'm actually understanding something. I'm understanding that anyway, I have to wait. I never have to wait. I never wait for anything. But I go and grow myself while I'm reading. And while reading, I focus on doing my passport today, because I have to do my passport to get to Germany. So I have to get my coronavirus jabs, and I have to book an appointment with those people. And the Sydney doctors, I have to call the Sydney doctors apartment, and I have to try to get myself a flu shot, which is never a flu shot, but one of those Pfizer shots. So what I have to do is I call Sydney doctors. I have to call Sydney doctors right now. So I see. So now I'm looking to help myself to call the Sydney doctors over here. So they're saying AstraZeneca only, but I never want AstraZeneca. I see. Now what I want to do is go by my name over here. I want to give my call. So it's 02, I say 93, so 93, I say 9233, and I call them over here, which is 3399, and give them a call. Okay, so guys, I'm just somebody who just done a nice and beautiful life. So I just went and I just finished up with my doctor, and I'm moving up and I'm moving on to something different. So if you want to understand something about life, then you have to understand yourself. And what's a better way to say it? Nice and beautiful feeling over here. It's not sure how I feel. I'm learning something different. I'm learning something different in terms of how I am really. And I have to go to get my passport done very quickly to Busby, and a little bit that way I'm learning very quickly about my life and how I'm learning how to grow myself in the process of what I'm doing. So it's more how it is. I feel my life is getting ahead of the game, and I'm learning to become, no, in frustration, but in good frustration. That's good for me. And I'm learning how to park my car. I have no car. I never need a car. But I'm learning to park my dad's car next to the doctors over here at Liverpool if I ever shall go with the car to my doctors over here. But I never go with the doctors. I never go to the doctors with a car. I go by transport. But the thing is that with my biological dad's car, I only use my biological dad's car for Busby shops over here and Officeworks, and also just that. I understand when I come to the doctors over here for an appointment with the doctor, I come by bus, and I let it be that way. I make sure that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life over here. I'm learning to just be very quick about life. And I'm learning very quickly about how to move up. But everybody has different music, and everybody has different ways of life, and everybody's different in terms of how they go about everything. So I'm getting my passport today. And it's time to get a new passport, and I never lost anything. So it's much more how I feel. I feel that you guys must understand that as I grow myself in complete occupation of what I'm doing, I'm learning very quickly about how to deliver services of products. I'm learning to forgive. I'm forgiving, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm making sure I'm improving my mindset about everything. I'm writing everything down, so when I'm around other people especially, I have to start writing down the thoughts that I have in their life, because that's my work. Because my work is actually just being able to write thoughts down, and as long as I can write thoughts down somewhere, I can do a much greater job. But for myself over here, I understand it's about having a greater legacy for yourself. And if you have a greater legacy for yourself, then you're enjoying yourself and you're looking for a better way of dealing with life. But you have to understand straight away how it feels. So just watch the road, guys, please. Make sure that you understand the pedestrians are coming across always. And watch out for yourself, please. I mean, always watch out for the sun. I mean, make sure you never burn your eyes. And focus on loving your life differently, yeah? I mean, look at different timelines and look at the ways of life that actually help you grow. And understand straight away how you need to grow yourself. I mean, make sure you understand straight away that if you're doing a passport, if you do something to help yourself to grow, that you're never speeding. So make sure you're going the speed limit always. And make sure that you're always understanding that for myself and my legacy in terms of how I pack up all this information. I'm learning how to build upon my life over here. So it's much more how I feel. So it's how I feel about life. I need to go and grow myself differently. And I'm learning very quickly about life, yeah? I mean, go ahead and understand straight away how you can grow yourself. So if you're growing yourself in any kind of manner, you're looking for better ways of dealing with life, and everything's different. I mean, life is different always. So what you want out of life is to give people silence and more silence in life while actually going your way. And if you go your way while giving people more silence, then you're going to find Jesus Christ in the silence, I promise you. I feel that no matter what, that if you understand straight away how life is, then go and grow yourself. And always bring photos. I mean, always bring photos to the nice and beautiful doctor's appointments that you're doing for passports. So passport photos have to be shown to the doctor of your GP doctor. And then every single 10 years your passport has to be renewed online. You can renew your passport online, and you can talk in past tense as long as you go into present tense moments with the word I, and you understand straight away that no matter what, that you're learning much more positive nature, and you're learning how to grow yourself in the process, which is very important, guys. It's very important to be growing today, and it's very important to be able to have a nice and beautiful relationship with your parents and your dad and mum and everybody around town. But make sure you're being positive on yourself, yeah? So it's more how it is. And you have to focus upon helping yourself to deliver information. So if you're delivering information, then focus upon learning quickly that, hey, you're learning something to never ever speed or go the speed limit, and learn to grow yourself, yeah? So it's much more how it is. See, it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that nice and beautiful music is approaching me in different ways, and I'm learning very quickly about making something. So as I make music, I'm making my own music, I'm producing my own music, and I'm learning very quickly about how to do that. I'm learning how being alone and being by myself and how it's always the way it is. So I'm growing, yeah? I'm learning very quickly about how to grow myself differently. So I'm actually doing my passport now very quickly. I give around $300 to have my passport, so I get it in about a month, and then I have to get the 2 COVID jabs. So I give it about 2 months. I'll be around for around 2 months over here, and I'm learning quickly about life. Learning to just help myself to improve, yeah? And that's how I feel. I feel no matter what, I'm doing a different lifestyle, and I'm doing something. So if somebody asks me what am I doing for work, or am I going to work and stuff, I'll just be saying I've been doing some job searching, and then they let it go, and that's it. I'm learning very quickly about life. Learning to persuade myself. So it's more how I feel. I feel that I never had anything in life, but I'm learning to stay on top of the game. I'm staying on top of the planning. So the fastest way to plan, guys, today is to speak more words all day long. I mean, speak more words all day long, and that way you're doing a better job with everything. So it's more how you have to understand that you're learning very quickly about life, and life is different. I mean, life is challenging, and you have to be challenging life always, and you have to be understanding straight away that I'm learning very quickly about life and how to maneuver my way through a better way. So it's much more how I feel. Now, I never eat mayonnaise sauce because it's filled with milk, in terms of dairy milk. So it has dairy milk, and that's why I never eat mayonnaise, because it has dairy milk. And I'm learning always for new ways to live and new ways to deliver content. So I have to go to the post office over here and see what else I have here. I'm always learning something anyway, so I'm learning, yeah? I'm learning how to grow myself. I'm learning to be abrupt in terms of how I'm living my life differently. I'm learning how to be much more aggressive on my words over here, to grow my words and to understand straight away that it's more what you guys need to do as well, which is talk more words. And that's how I see it. I learn to talk, guys. I learn to talk much more words. And then you'll learn how to be calm, just like somebody who's much greater in the process. So never become me or Jesus Christ, but guess what? become Jesus Christ. I mean, listen to me now. I mean, become Jesus Christ. I mean, that's all you have to become in life. I mean, all you really have to become in life is Jesus Christ. I mean, follow Jesus Christ, because that's the best way you can actually move forward. And if you never follow Jesus Christ, then you have no life. And the best way you can live life is to find yourself in redemption of your words, to make sure that you're very positive around everything. And that's it. If you find yourself much more able to do anything that you want, that you are learning very quickly about life, and that you enjoy yourself in the process of doing something that's actually helping you move forward. And that's what you need to do every single day of your life, is learn to appreciate and be open to becoming much more. So guys, I'm just here at the post office over here. I'm just making sure I can get my passport, but make sure you guys understand. I see you can go in front. See, I'm over there, yeah. I have to go over there, yeah. I know.
I'll have a look for your passport.
I see it. So anyway, so the process here in Australia to get your parcel, in terms of your passport, is a straightforward process, and it requires you to get a great guarantor or somebody who can vouch for you, to say, hey, this man is an Australian citizen, and this man is somebody I know for this amount of time, and stuff like that. And that's just the way my dad did get his papers and his passport. And as soon as my dad did get his passport, what happened was he can now currently live in Australia because he has his passport. And that's the deal with all this kind of Australian stuff. But for me, it's different. So I need a guarantor the same way my dad does, in terms of the same way my dad does, and I get the doctor. I get the doctor who's my guarantor, but he did get the advocate of a lawyer to be his guarantor. So the lawyer wants to be his guarantor. So it's different, but still the same thing. And now, for myself over here, since my passport was stolen before, I understand that my birth certificate and also my Australian citizenship was all together in that passport, in the terms of the folder. And what I need to do from that point is deliver myself to have a passport to go overseas to travel to see my mum. And now I have to do the passport now, because otherwise, when the gates open to travel overseas, then I have to do my passport anyway. So I may as well start now, do my passport. And it's just a month process to get the passport, but then it's also now maybe another few months process to get the citizenship and birth certificate. And now with the birth certificate I get it within 2 weeks, but then the citizenship is something different. That has to be something that comes toward myself over here, and it has to help me to grow. So I reach for the words of life to help myself grow, and that's how I really lift myself. So in the process of what I'm doing is I'm talking much more positively to make myself grow. But you must understand that no matter what, that in the process of doing everything, I'm looking at nice and beautiful ways of life over here to go and grow myself differently, and I'm looking for everything. So I've lost nothing, and it's much more how I save money at the moment, but I have to go overseas as well. So I have to go see my mum overseas, so I'm doing my passport. So with that information, I'm learning what I can do. So anyways, as soon as somebody gives you ideas on what you can do, then what happens is suddenly you have more awareness about that type of issue or that type of stance or that type of behavior and what is going on. So that guy over there was explaining to me a lot about passports and how to get my passport. So he told me get more information from the Service New South Wales Alliance. So I actually have to go and do much greater. So since I'm actually understanding that, I went to the post office. I went to get myself the process of the papers that I need to document to get a guarantor. I went to the doctors now to get myself that guarantor signage. And then I went to the post office again to ask for more information. And now I need to go to Service New South Wales to ask for more information. And then I need to go and get more information again from the Australian citizenship over there in terms of the website immigration to see how to get my Australian citizenship. And now I may have to go into immigration and get my Australian citizenship at immigration in terms of the office over there. But I'll see what to do. So I'm learning very quickly about what to do, and I'm full of life. I have much more on the plate for myself. See, so now I'm understanding straight away I need to make some pasta. And now, do I have to make some pasta now? Actually, yeah. Actually, now the thing is, I'm making something. So what I eat now is I can go and make some nice and beautiful pasta or Weet-Bix. I see now for myself. I see pasta is more of something that I can have on a better time. Otherwise, it's much more how I feel. That I'm learning very quickly about having nice and beautiful ways of life. But what I want to do is I want to eat something. So what I eat is I'm understanding something. I have to eat something. So I have some Weet-Bix. I have some Weet-Bix. I have some bread and peanut butter. I have some bread and peanut butter. It's much more how I feel. So it's all different for me anyway. So as I'm eating, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life, guys. I'm looking for something to say and do, and I'm looking for a better way of life. So I'm understanding how people go with other people and how they never care about to talk to you, and they never care about talking to you, really. I mean, you understand? I mean, they just show it really, like they understand you and know you, but they never really care about you, really. I mean, understand? I mean, they're never there for you. I mean, understand? But yeah, they'll say hello and stuff like that. I mean, they'll say hello, but they're never there for you. Alright? I see, however, life is going to press me, and it's going to tell me what to do over here, and I'm understanding straight away that I'm learning I'm free for now. But to come, I understand something to come, that no matter what I do, that it's much more how I feel, that there's a better time coming, and it's a better time where I have more money and I have more fame and I have more fortune, and I'm doing my life much greater than other people, so I'm learning much more quicker, and that's it. See, so what I'm doing now, guys, is learning to help myself to deliver content. So I feel that no matter what, that my life is now much better. But I have to produce content and I have to talk. And now people who never talk fall into a life plan. I mean, there's a plan for you. There's a plan for you. God has a plan for you. Now, those people who never talk more words, there's still a plan for you. If you talk more words, you have the best lifestyle. But if you never talk more words, you have the lifestyle that you want. So the more words you talk, the better life you have. And that's it. Personally, that's all I'm saying now. From now on, or else from now on, you have to understand straight away to give people time to evacuate, to understand straight away to do greater. Or else now, what I want to do is show you guys really quickly. You have to be amongst those high talkers. I mean, you have to be a high talker of life if you want to be a millionaire and billionaire. First, you have to be a high talker. So high talkers are the winners. And those people who can talk much more are the winners of life. So no matter what, I'm feeling that no matter what, that I'm looking for a nice and beautiful star in my life always. I'm making sure I'm learning, I'm feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a winning heart. I mean, I can tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. See now, it's much more how I feel. I feel that nice and beautiful song by Avicii, but every single day. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. I'm never older, I'm only younger. I'm only ever younger throughout time. Person Jesus Christ never did die at 33 years old. Person Jesus Christ dies at 33 years young. I mean, you understand? We're always growing younger throughout time. And that's how I feel life. I feel life is getting to a point of pressure and saying, Danny, hey, wake up. I mean, wake up, Danny. I mean, so far, so good. I'm silent with my life over here. I have a nice and beautiful silence over here in my life. And I'm learning how to go and grow. I'm growing myself. Regardless of the situation, I'm growing. And I'm making money in the process. I'm making money. I mean, it's the best situation. I mean, it's like middle class. I mean, middle class, but alone. But I feel like a millionaire. And I feel like a billionaire. I feel like a billionaire. So that's all you want to do in life. I mean, you just want to be able to feel like a billionaire, yeah? That's it. As long as you feel like a billionaire, that's how you get energy. I mean, you get all the energy that you ever need. And you move up and you move down and you move across the side and you move a diagonal and you move everywhere in terms of life. And you move everywhere in terms of life. Now, what I want to do now is learn to help myself to understand that a busking performance I must do eventually. But for myself over here, I have 2 weeks over here. I have 2 weeks over here and I have money. And I have money to just go wherever I need to go. But the thing is, for myself at least, I'm learning something now. I'm learning that I have money. But that money is just for living. And now I have money to live. I have money to live for about, let's say, 3 months. I can live, no worries. I can live in Q-Space Hotel for 3 months, no worries. I can live for the next 6 years, no worries. And it's totally in silence I go. I'll go totally in silence I go. And nobody's chasing me at all. And what I'll do, Jesus Christ? I mean, Jesus Christ says, shh. I mean, shh. I mean, just go your way. And nobody's chasing me, man. I promise you. And I'm a little bit that way. So what I want to do in life is make up for it. I want to make up for it. I want to make up for my time over here. So I'm understanding straight away, it's much more how I feel. That my kids are never going to be born in Australia. I promise you. They may be born in Germany. I promise you. My kids are born in Germany at the moment. I mean, it's just the way it is. But no matter what, something may happen. And my mum may lose her life. Or something may happen. But the thing is, I have money. I have money. And now, how do you get that money? I mean, you have to work for it. You have to work for it. And then you're working for 1 month to get yourself one ticket. Huh? Just to get yourself one ticket? I mean, come on, man. I mean, go the more affordable way. I mean, the single way is the best way. I mean, fly single throughout life. I mean, if you go single throughout life, you have the best life and you have the easiest life. I mean, you have the most easy life if you just go single. And there's no stress. I mean, there's no stress being single throughout life. But as soon as you want to partner up with another person, unfortunately now it becomes much more tougher for you. Because now you have to take more responsibility. And you never have to take more responsibility, but you have to invest more responsibility for yourself to feed the child now. I realized something. I realized my mum can feed the child, and it's no worries. But there's a limit to how many kids I can have, always. Or there's limits to how much kids you can have in this lifetime. For sure, though, there's also no limits to how much kids you can have. I mean, you can have as much as you want. But you have to believe that. You have to believe it to be true. So what I do now is I'm understanding that when I get with people, I want to go away from people. And when I go away from people, I want to get with people. But the thing is, when you go away from people, stay alone. And forget them. I mean, go your own way, is what I say. I mean, every single day I'm learning very quickly about YouTube and popularity on YouTube and stuff like that. Honestly, it's more how I feel that I need to go and grow myself. I need to grow my YouTube channel. So, how do I grow my YouTube channel? I have to post something online. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, every single day I have more than enough stars to be able to go and pick one nice and beautiful melody line and grow myself, yeah? I make sure I'm learning something different. I'm learning that my nice and beautiful YouTube channel is done. I'm learning how to grow myself anyway. I'm learning how to pinpoint something that I'm doing to make sure that I'm learning how to grow. But as I learn how to grow, I learn to do much greater. I learn to be much greater. I learn to have much more of what I need daily to succeed daily is what I need to do. So I find myself in a nice and beautiful predicament. I mean, I find myself happy. I find myself happier. I'm happier through life. I mean, how am I happier? I'm happier through what I'm doing. I can go make some pasta. Make some pasta. And a little bit that way. I'm learning how to grow myself. I feel, whoa, what's this? I'm learning. So anyway, so as I grow myself differently, I never have cancer because my words is where I live. I live in my words, and I can never have cancer in my words. So I'm understanding that you can never ever gain disease in this lifetime if you live in the words. So what I'm actually learning about life is different. I'm learning how to live my own life. I'm learning how to live my own life. But guess what? I realize in the words, I'm never alone in the words. I'm never alone in my words. God is listening to my words. You must understand that. There's a power and entity that's listening to you and every single footstep you make. You must understand that there's something watching you, always. But now, for myself at least, I'm understanding something now. I'm ready to make music. I'm ready to do life greater. I'm ready to find spontaneity in life much more. I'm able to deliver information, but my first year on YouTube is done. I promise you, my second year on YouTube is just beginning. So what do I do this time on YouTube? I've realized something about this. I realize I'm doing all I can. I'm doing all I can to get popularity. But what else do I need to do to get more popularity? Actually, it's all I can do. Actually, it's all I can do. Actually, I just go the freeway. I'll go the freeway. I never want to waste my time on people to get one like extra or one number extra. I never want to waste my time to get one number extra. I already have it in my life. I already have all that. So what I do is I move on. I move on in the groove. I'm happier today. And why am I happier? I'm happier because I feel greater. I feel alive. I feel much more spontaneity today. I feel that I'm alive and special. And that's how I'm actually learning. And this episode is going up online. A little bit that way. And I'm learning how to grow myself regardless of the situation, and making sure that you guys can grow as well. But no matter what I do, I'm learning how to understand my life in a nutshell. I'm learning to live in the words that I speak. If I speak words out all day long, I shall manifest more in this lifetime. I mean, it's like a spell. I mean, it's like you're giving people spells. And the better spell you give, the better you are. I promise you, although every single day I'm learning how to avenge myself. I have much more of a greater time with myself. I have nice and beautiful ways of life, always. To live my life differently is what I do. And guess what? I promise you, because I'm understanding straight away my life, I'm understanding that I have much more energy to do life now. I'm alone, and my life is working out in the best kind of way, moving forward to Germany. I mean, why Germany? Because the cards are playing out that way. I mean, my cards are playing out, but those people who waste time fall in the hands of another plan. So you're going to fall into another plan, regardless of what you're doing. Perhaps there's a plan for you. Perhaps that plan is what you create. And you're creating that plan for yourself. And nobody else is to blame but you. I understand? But the thing is, that's how it is. And guess what? Perhaps you blame yourself for everything. I understand? Because that way, you go back to the word I and say, it's my fault. I mean, it's my fault that I have this lifestyle. But my mum's way, and how I'm actually directing my life with her, is far different. And I'm actually learning something. I'm learning that I'm alone, even with her. I'm alone. And I have to be alone anyway. But the thing is, I have a family. And I'm still alone. I'm still feeling alone. I mean, understand? I'm still feeling alone. And what do I do? I mean, I have to work. I mean, work what? I have to work 9 to 5. Just like everybody else. I have to work. And then guess what? Eventually, I never have to work 9 to 5 anymore. Because my mum and her house is going to fill in the void. And that's it. That's my life. And then what? That's it. I go away from this world. That's the best I can do for now. It's the best I can do for now. Unless I do something now to get money now. And how can I get money now? I mean, do you understand? I mean, go the free way. I'll go the free option. But that's the plan for now. And I need to go and grow myself anyway. I have a different life. And life's going to throw some curveballs still. But I'm at least going to be on top of life. I'm going to be ahead of life anyway. And I have plenty of money. I always have money. I'm always wealthy. I always have money in my pocket because I'm working full time. I realize, am I working full time over there? Or yeah. Full time. And I have nothing else but I only. But guess what? Probably there's something much greater coming. iPodium's coming around. Whereas now, do I need to have kids on that road? Probably no. Probably if I have no kids, what happens? Probably what happens if I have no kids? And no wife? Probably now, let's plan that road. Probably now, I'm with my mum. And I get in control of the house. I come back to Australia. And I move away. In the distance. I move on. I'm very positive. But what's good about my life is I can speak more positivity all day long with myself. All day long. I have nothing else to do. I have nobody else to talk to except I. I'm taking full responsibility for my life. I'm teaching myself full responsibility. And I'm loving my life in the process. And that's it. I promise you, when you have no 9 to 5 job, you have more time and space in your life to do what you want to do. But when you have no wife and kids, or husband and kids in your life, then you come back to yourself and you have more time for yourself. I mean, you have more time for yourself, and more time for yourself is the best lifestyle that you can have. I mean, whenever you have more time for yourself, the best lifestyle is there for you. I promise you. Now, guess what? I promise you I understand that road as well. And I'm teaching regardless. But I feel basking performances is something to do very soon. I have toilet paper next to a heater. So I never ever want to put toilet paper next to a heater ever again. I'm not sure how that toilet paper even came in to my room. I realize now, for myself over here, I'm learning something. I'm learning that no matter what, as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to deal with life. I'm looking for what I need to do. I'm learning for my life, to help my life to succeed. And I'm helping myself deliver content. And move on. I move on. I have everything already that I need. I mean, you understand? Pretty much everything that you ever want in your life, you can have, as long as you enjoy yourself, yeah? And enjoy yourself in doing whatever you need to do in life. I mean, if you work full-time, you have to have a full-time business, supporting yourself and your business, which is more words. Which the more words you speak, the better for you. I mean, you understand? I promise you, speak more words, but I don't need to see that photo. Because that photo promotes alcohol. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to do life much greater. And I'm focusing on helping my life to succeed. I'm looking for different areas to improve upon. And I'll just go over there to a nice and beautiful pasta shop over there. And where's my pasta shop? I mean, pasta shop is where my pasta's being made. I'm learning quickly. So that's more how it is, guys. I'm learning to penetrate myself into freedom over here. I'm choosing my life to grow. And I'm learning how different life is. See, life is different for me. But my dad's plan for life, I can see straight away he's staying over here in Australia. So he's going from Mira places. And life is taking him on a journey as well. And it'll be that way. Which the best he can do is what he can do. But if you talk words or if you never talk words, I promise you, regardless of if you're talking more words or never talking more words, I promise you, life you are planning every single time. And you're always planning life. And you either fall in other people's plan or you fall in your own plan. So you have to talk it out much more with yourself. If you want the best lifestyle, you have to talk more with yourself. And that's it. Once you talk more with yourself, yeah? Once that's how you actually learn how to grow. I mean, the only way you can learn how to grow is to talk more with yourself. And love your life in the process. So I'm always learning that. I'm learning that to be true for myself. So it's just about ready. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning how it is to be in a prison cell. I've learned how it is to be stuck in rehab for around 4 months. And I see how it is. straight away. That it's something that I did plan. And I feel that way, but I never ever raise noise ever like that again, and never ever do that again. And I move on. And now this time, I'm actually learning much quicker about the situation. Now I'm learning to get my depot when I need to get my depot. And I'm learning how to grow myself in the situation of life, regardless of what's happening. I'm learning how to do my life greater. I'm learning how to do greater for myself. So I learn the key of my art and fame. I learn fortune. I learn the game of art myself over here. To learn something that my dad over here just came in the room to see my cooking over here because he was about to cook for me. So I'm here cooking for myself. And I just cook for myself. I never asked my dad to cook for me anymore, anything, because I can cook it myself, and that's it. It's more how I feel. That all this responsibility he had for me has gone. I understand, but all he has responsibility for now is giving me free accommodation, but I never need him for free accommodation either. I mean, do you understand? I just need I only. I have plenty of space and time to just roll over to live in my dad's house for another year. I can live over here for another year, and time can tick away for another 6 months, and I can live over here for free. But I have a better deal than that, and I'm learning very quickly about life. How life is going to push you forward, and life is trying to push me forward. But I'm winning in the game of life. And I'm winning in the end of life. I mean, why is that? Because I have something better coming. I have a greater way of speech coming. See, so I'm learning, guys. Learn to become free in my life. To test myself and test my strength. And test my vigor and power and dominance over everything. I'm learning that I'm never the only one, but I'm happier. I'm happier today because I have much more of a brave heart. And I've been achieving personal goals for quite some time. I mean, for quite some time now. I've been achieving a greater self, and I've now came to a point in my life where I can always achieve a greater self because I have positive words of encouragement. And that's why. So it's mainly how you have to do it anyway. And it's more how you have to understand straight away how to feel throughout life. And you're doing a greater life for yourself, and that you're enjoying yourself, and that's how you actually grow yourself anyway. So enjoy and be a producer of your content, because that's how you learn. So anyway, so I just ate some pasta, and since I ate some pasta, I'm ready to just grow myself differently. So it's very important for you guys to be able to find a better deal. And it's very important to be able to find.
This is Uchiringo.
So anyway, I did forget to turn off the oven when I was making food for myself. So when I'm understanding something, I'm understanding how I am, and I'm understanding how other people are believing other people but me, which means they're just picking sides and they're just going with their own plan, and they're just playing never to be with me, and that's it. So that's their plan. I mean, their plan is to never go my way, and my way is to never go their way, but to go Jesus Christ's way. And That's how I'm understanding. It's going to do my life much greater this way. But those people who never follow Jesus Christ are the ones who go to prison far more. So you have to understand that. I mean, those people who are in prison cells are the ones who never did follow Jesus Christ. I mean, do you understand? Well, you have to understand. I see, so now is the time for me to just help myself to deliver information. So as I deliver information, I get too hot when I start eating food. So it's more how I feel. I can see the nice beautiful pasta is done. So what I do now is I help myself to grow. I help myself grow differently. But now for YouTube, I have to be on top of it. I have to be on top of YouTube. So after this actual podcast, I'm looking to upload my YouTube video to do better. I see, it's more how I feel. That no matter what I do, I'm looking at the CPU of life, which is just something that is a centralizing point of making you much better. And that's how I'm understanding straight away how I feel. I feel different because I'm learning how to grow myself. I'm learning to fight for freedom. I'm learning to fight for my freedom. And that's how I'm understanding that Jesus Christ totally goes my way over here in terms of 9 to 5 work. And Jesus Christ says, yep, I mean, go, and it's a silent way, or it's a silent path. And Jesus Christ says, be quiet about it. And be silent about what I'm doing over here with the money of the governments. And I'm never doing anything illegal. Apparently it's all legal. But I'm just focusing on being on the allowance for now, instead of going their way. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about my life. So as I learn about my life, I'm learning that I need to go and grow myself differently, and I'm learning to help myself to have much more of a greater sense of well-being, and I'm helping myself to have greater well-being. There's a greater well-being in my life, and time flies and time goes by quickly. So you have to understand straight away how to grow with life. And if you can grow with life, then you have to learn how to do a greater job. So for myself, it's penetrating my life over here to be happier and to accustom to a greater way of life for myself, at least. And that's how I actually grow. I grow for different ways. I make sure that no matter what, that I'm learning quickly about the foundation of life. And I'm learning quickly about understanding how to find empathy in what I'm doing. So my business is going better, and I'm learning quickly about life. I'm learning how I need to study about my life differently, and I'm learning to have myself a great time. So since I'm actually having a great time with myself, I feel that I have to watch my eye over here. I have to be careful about my eye. I never cop my eye out. I mean, in a sense, so what I do is a way of life where I'm looking to learn much more. I'm looking to make much more freedom about my life. I'm looking to help myself to succeed. I'm looking to make myself much more grand, with a grander opinion of myself, and I'm studying something for my life. But I'm understanding something. I have a greater time. I have a greater time with myself. I learned that life is trying to help me. I'm reaching out for resources. I'm learning and growing. I'm looking to learn. I'm looking to devour information. I'm looking to help myself to explain. I'm understanding that you guys are listening to this. And I'm understanding that somehow, some way, that my information is being heard. And it's through Jesus Christ. I promise you. And that's it. I promise you everything I've done, I promise you that Jesus Christ has already done it. I promise you, I've already said all that information in my YouTube channel anyway. And that's what I mean. I promise you that's what I mean already. So, you guys have to understand straight away how I feel. I feel different. I feel that I have to grow my YouTube channel. And I have to grow myself over here to love my life. But that's what you guys need to do. And you guys need to grow yourselves as well. And once you grow yourself, then you have to understand straight away how to grow other people as well. It is a miracle about life, and if you're going through life and you're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning how to persuade yourself to do much greater, then you have to understand straight away how it feels to love life differently, and you have to understand straight away how you need to grow yourself differently and make sure that you're loving life. And that's how life is different, yeah? And life is different through the words you speak all day long. The word you speak all day long is what changes you, and it's what shapes your life. But what can I do to plan my life much greater than this? It's much more how I need to find an idea to help myself to make more money now, so that somehow I can go and achieve something like a greater way of life. Like what? I mean, what am I actually doing with my life? I mean, what do I actually want to achieve? It's much more how I want to achieve something more. I want to achieve something more than what I have over here. So what do I want to achieve, huh? I understand straight away that I have to be with my mum, huh? Do I want to go around the world traveling by myself, huh? How about my mum? And that's the thing. The longer you travel on your own like this, having a family. What do you want? Do you want a family? Or do you want to travel around the world by yourself? I'd rather have a family. And that's why I'm saying that. I'd rather have a family than travel around the world by myself. Do you understand? And what do I mean by family? I mean, I'd rather have kids and a wife than travel around the world by myself. That's what I mean. And that's what I'm talking about. So, what Germany enables me to do is it gives me my mum, and it throws me into a community of people. Somehow. I'm with a community of people somehow. And there's a woman there that's going to be my wife. And that's it. Apparently now, since I have a wife and kids, I understand something. Apparently now, I'd rather travel with my family around the world. But that's even better. And how do I achieve that? Apparently more words. But do I rely on my mother for this? Apparently no. I have to work 9 to 5, and I have to find somehow, some way to make money, or more enough money to help my mum and my family get around the world. But there's only so much that we can do together like this. Apparently then, what's much more important to me? Is it my wife and kids and me traveling around the world, or is it my mother with me and my family? So it's either I have to choose. Do I want my mother around me? Or do I want to go with my wife and kids traveling around the world? I'd rather have myself with my mother and my kids and family than travel around the world with my kids and family. I'd rather be with my mum at this point. I mean, in a sense, so that's another decision I just made right now. First, now, what else is that? I mean, what else do I do? First, that's it. First, what else do you want? First, it's more how it is. And that's the path of now where I need to have myself a decision over here of how am I going to get away from the 9 to 5 job so that I can be with my family even more. First, now that's the thing I have to figure out. First, my mum can help me here. First, my mum can help me totally over here. And now it can be one way, or I somehow find a way through what? I mean, either through public speaking or through music production to make some money like this. And that's something that I'm growing. I'm growing that in the process right now, where I ask for donations and stuff like that. And that's a freedom road. I work for free to get there. And then somehow I can stay with my house, and I can stay at home with my mum and my family and never have to work a 9 to 5 job ever again. And we're all together. And now what? Now, since that's the case, what to do from that point? From that point, we can go traveling together somewhere. And we can go traveling together somewhere. But there's only so much travel we can do together until that also falls apart. I mean, and then what happens? The kids leave us. The kids go somewhere else. And now, me and my wife, me and my wife are with my mum over here, and then my mum leaves us, and then it's me and my wife, then my wife leaves me, and then it's me and my kids. And what now? Now I live alone, and I want to be far more with my kids over here. I want to be far more with my kids. So what do I have to do? I have to travel to my kids. I have to be with them. I have to be with my kids far more. At this point, I have to be with my kids. And they accept me, of course. And I have to just talk to them to be with them. And that's it. I mean, you understand? That's it. Now, from that point, I leave at this point. And I move on. And what do the house, my mom says is gone from us. Now, is that my life? Now, it seems like it. Otherwise, it's just a lone road by myself around the world. I mean, big deal, man. I mean, do you understand? I mean, wow. I mean, is that it? I mean, yeah, you have all the money, and yeah, you can travel, but no family other than you, and you're by yourself. But you can see New York, and you can see Los Angeles, and you can see your Miami and stuff like that. I mean, do you get it? I mean, now I'm shaping my life, but I see what's ahead of time. I see what's coming up. So what do I do now? I'm actually planning my life around. And I see straight away a better way to make money now. And the way I make money is the freeway. I go the freeway again and again. But guess what? I promise you, eventually YouTube goes away. I promise you, YouTube goes away from me. And I just let it be that way. I move on. I promise you, eventually, Mega Drive goes away from me eventually. I mean, that's it. And what to do that? Or what to do then? Everything I'm doing goes away and dies away. I understand? So my life is on schedule. Whereas my life is on schedule. But it's more how it is. And I have to understand something now. That it's more how I feel. That I'm making music, I'm doing what I love to do. I'm always alone throughout life. But that's the lifestyle I live. And now everything else is... everything else is done. And now, throughout the moments of my life, there's going to be a time and place where I can go and make some money for free. Where I can go and make my promotions around Jesus Christ and around music production. And there's going to be some moments here and there. But that's going away as well. That's going away very soon. And it's very quick. It's very quick. The same way it's for everybody. Very quick. And that's it. How about threesome? Now I can have a threesome right now for women. I can go have threesomes with women now. I have money. I can do it. But I guess what? I have to show you something. It's more of a big deal right now that I have my dad's car and I can go fuck for 20 minutes. 2 women. I promise you, guess what? I promise you, is that following the 10 Commandments of God? I promise you, am I following the 10 Commandments of God over here? Ask Jesus Christ. When Jesus Christ says, oh, alibi. Promise you, Jesus Christ says no. I promise you, why is that? I promise you, it's because they are never following the 10 Commandments of God because they're with you. And then guess what happens? I promise you, one person who gets with them can die. Literally. They die away. And how is that possible? Because what happens is, if you go making other people screw themselves over with the 10 Commandments of God, then somebody is going to come into your life screwing you from your 10 Commandments of God. And who is that? It has to be you. It has to be you. It has to be somebody in your field. So it means that no matter what, that you never ever tell other people to break the 10 Commandments of God. Because otherwise you're teaching yourself to screw yourself. Yeah. In a sense, so that's the thing. Why do you want to teach 2 women or 3 men or 4 men to screw each other? In a sense, why do you want to screw yourself? Screw yourself how? Listen, I can have phone sex. Phone sex I can have. But the thing is, it's not the type of way for me. Guess what? It's more how I feel. That no matter what, that the 10 Commandments of God says that thou shall respect neighbour's wife. That means respect one another and never ever go for the same person. Because otherwise you're screwing yourself and other people. And how are you screwing yourself with other people? What happens is eventually you find out that it was never the thing that you want to really do. And just screwing yourself, I promise you. It never works out. Threesome with other people never works out for me. Because we fuck and guess what? We go separate ways. And that's a screw point right here. Because you find out that other people have been doing that with them as well. And somebody in your field who screws you. Understand? So if you do it to if you do it to other people, other people do it to you. Understand? So never screw yourself because karma comes back at you. And it is. So you create your own karma. So I mean to say that sometimes if you screw other people and make them lose in the 10 Commandments of God, and if you teach them and if you teach them to never ever do the 10 Commandments of God, that suddenly in your life you're teaching yourself to never do the 10 Commandments of God, because that's screwing yourself, isn't it? And you're screwing them too. You understand? I mean, why do you want to break the 10 Commandments of God here? We never ever break the 10 Commandments of God here. And that's it. I mean, follow the 10 Commandments of God is the whole point, yeah? So never screw yourself. And that's how I'm understanding life. So that's wisdom, yeah? So what else? I mean, phone sex? I mean, phone sex is never breaking the 10 Commandments of God. And you can if you want to. But Jesus Christ says delayed gratification. So I can call somebody up now and have sex over the phone with that person. And I can just talk and talk and talk it out. And it can work out for me. But delayed gratification. So all I'm really doing is talking to somebody while giving them words. And that's it. And I have to give money for that. But I have myself for that. I never need their words. I never need to hear a woman. I mean, in a sense, so that's the thing.